Mhm. All right, what's up? Welcome back in, everybody. We are live. We're going to talk about the upcoming matchup tomorrow between the Vanderbilt Commodores and the South Carolina Gamecocks as we go on the road to take on the Commodores. I looked at the ESPN a little bit ago just to see what the line was, and right now I think South Carolina's -3. They're giving up 3 points. Got my good buddy Jordan Dillmaker here with me. Let me unmute him so he can talk. But South Carolina's favored by 3, and it also looks like there could be a chance of rain tomorrow. So interested to see what kind of offense approach we have tomorrow with that. But we're going to give our take on the game, talk a little bit about it, and give our score prediction. And we'll see how well we fare in this matchup. So, what's up, Jordan? How you doing tonight?
Good, buddy. How about yourself?
Oh, doing good. Kind of threw this together last minute because I wasn't even planning on doing it. I was going to just go record a video and put it out there, but figured why not? I ain't had nothing else to do. Just got done watching the men's basketball game as they took down South Carolina State. So,
yeah, I was watching that myself.
I figured I'd do something. There wasn't nothing else to do. The wife was upstairs reading, so figured I'd sit down here and watch some football and put together a video or something.
Yeah. I truly believe that there's not a team on our schedule that we can't beat for the rest of the season. I would not have told you that 4 weeks ago. I really wouldn't have because of the lack of offensive production, the lack of blocking from offensive line, tight ends, running backs, receivers, and a young quarterback, which we all knew. I kind of echo myself all the time. We all knew he was going to have problems, to be expected, but I truly believe going in this game now Vanderbilt is no pushover. I mean, they're really, really not. They are very, very disciplined. Very disciplined. They're not going to shoot themselves in the foot. They've got a quarterback that came out of where was he from? Like New Mexico State. Where's he from?
New Mexico State.
Okay, so I'm right. Okay. And this guy has the swagger that every team wants a quarterback to have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's really got the swagger, and he can make plays that you wouldn't think that he can make. But I also believe that Vanderbilt hadn't seen a defense like ours.
Yeah. Closest one probably Texas. So.
Well, Chuck, you're probably right, but I'm not so damn sure that they're better than ours.
No, I'm not saying any better. I'm saying I would say probably Texas, probably the other one besides us that they've seen so far.
Yeah, but if Lenoris can hit his stride in this game, and we can pound the ball exactly like we did against A&M, exactly like we did against Alabama, if he can hit his stride, then I don't see that they're going to try to burn the clock. That's their strategy.
Yep.
And I just don't think they can milk it the way they would normally milk it because of the defense, the athletes that are going to be coming at them.
Yeah.
If we can wake them up, and when I say wake them up, I mean like get to them and let them realize, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? This is for real. These cats are for real. If we can do that, I'll be honest with you, I think it's a 24-point game our way. That's my opinion.
No, that's interesting. But going back to what you said earlier, talking about there's not a team left on the schedule we can't beat. Now, you said 4 weeks ago. I would probably say 2 weeks ago, the way our offense has been playing. But now, if we can replicate what we did last Saturday against Texas A&M and just keep building and feeding off of that momentum throughout the year, I don't see us losing another game. And that's just what our defense that's what our defense being as solid as they are, and if the offense can complement that, I mean, they don't have to score an astronomical amount of points. Just
No,
put up.
no, we don't. And not being cocky or boisterous by no means. And I know some Tater fans and Missouri fans might get on here and say, damn, y'all going to lose to Vanderbilt. Hey, we might lose to Vanderbilt. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm telling you what I've seen and what the world have seen. If we can get a par, just a par offense, that's it, par, average.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a team that can beat us.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, we got to get the offense. We got to keep the offense clicking. What's up, Mr. Harry? How you doing? But we got to have the offense clicking like it was last week. Vanderbilt is not a pushover, like you said.
No,
We've won what, 15 in a row, going for number 16, something like that. We haven't lost since like 2008, 2007.
2007, I think.
Yeah, so it's been a long time, and that streak is bound to break. Is bound to come to an end. Will it be this year? I don't know. Vanderbilt went out and did what probably a few weeks ago myself, maybe you, would have said South Carolina should have done, and that is evaluate what they had around them, change things up, got rid of the defensive coordinator. Clark Lee took over the defensive play calling. Brought in Jerry Keel from New Mexico State, brought in the offensive coordinator, Tim Beck from New Mexico State, brought in the quarterback, Diego Pavia, that already knows the system. He already knows the system. They brought all that in and changed everything up because they lost pretty much their whole offensive power from last year. The quarterbacks, they don't have a quarterback still on the roster from last year. The wide receivers are all gone. So pretty much a rebuild, and they have exceeded all expectations. Going into the season, I had Vanderbilt not winning any SEC games going into the season.
I didn't think that they wouldn't win in the SEC games, but I figured one or two, Chuck. Honestly, one or two. But I had no idea they were going to be the Thunderbolt that they are. I really didn't.
And they already bowl eligible. I mean, that's
one thing Clark. I don't know if you watched his interview, but one thing Clark Lee said in his interview this week was, and it kind of made sense to me, in all actuality, that he's not going to pressure his guys. He's not going to bring up the fact that they're bowl eligible. They have bigger fish to fry. In other words, a whole lot more interest than just being bowl eligible. He's a very even keel kind of guy. Nothing exciting to hear him talk. Kind of just go with the flow. You know what I mean? And I think South Carolina has a lot to prove because we lost 2 games by ranked opponents by 5 points. You know what I'm saying? We've got a lot to prove, and I hope we come out with the chip on our shoulder. And I don't give a rat's ass because it will be our 6th win. That means nothing to me.
No,
we need to be legitimate in the SEC conference.
Yeah, the 6 wins are for the mediocre fans that's out there. I could care less about the 6 wins. I want more.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, Clark Lee's not going to wow you with any press conference.
No.
His quarterback is kind of sort of like him in a way.
Very similar.
He believes in himself. He bets on himself. He knows he's a good quarterback. He has confidence. He has supreme confidence in his abilities. And
he reminds me of Spencer Rattler in his confidence.
Yeah, and you need that to be a leader.
Absolutely.
For a team leader, and his faith in his team and what they can do. I think that's why they're successful right now. They got some good wins under their belt. They beat Alabama at home. They beat Kentucky on the road, even though Kentucky's probably not what everybody thought they were going to be this year, but they beat Kentucky on the road.
Mm-hmm.
They took Texas to the wire.
Yeah.
In that game, they had probably had opportunities to win that game. The one game that really stuck out to me when I was looking at the schedule earlier was the loss to Georgia State that they had. That's kind of a head scratcher for me, but.
Well, let me ask you this question, Chuck, just out of curiosity. What's up, Todd Glenn? How you doing, Mr. Harris?
Mr. Todd?
How you doing, buddy? Out of curiosity, is there a wow team for you? Is there a team that you go, wow?
In the SEC or?
No, overall. Is there a team that actually you watch and go, wow? Because there's not one for me.
Probably Oregon would probably be the closest.
But that's just a different listen, no pun intended, that's a different duck.
And Mr. Todd brings out a good point too. Indiana.
Well,
Indiana's they put together a solid year too. So
I can't comment on that because I've only seen them play for like 4 minutes of clock time. So I can't comment on that one.
They still undefeated. I think they're getting disrespected in the rankings.
Well, so are we. But you know what? But are we?
No.
I mean, I don't think we are. And honestly, I think it is actually a benefit to us not to be ranked.
That's what we talked about last week. That's the way I feel. I think these guys need to feel disrespected.
Yeah.
If not, they're gonna get the big head and they're gonna play. They're gonna revert back to what they were doing before, and they're gonna lose focus of what's ahead of them. And well, that's what young kids do anyway. We've always been there.
Overall, as a Gamecock fan, and you and I have been for many, many years, and I know I'm 6 years younger than you are, but at the end of the day, we have very few highlights and a lot of lowlights.
Yeah. Not many highlights to go with all that, but yeah, not for football. But yeah, no, I don't think. As far as a wow team, I'd probably say Oregon or Indiana. That's really wow, when I look at them.
But they can be beat.
They can be beat. Yeah, everybody can be beat.
They can be beat.
So,
I think my probably biggest disappointment of the whole year is, and I know Mr. Harry Legg's going to say something about this, is Georgia. I just assumed Georgia would be, and you know what assume means, makes an ass out of you and me. I just assumed Georgia would just be right on the track like always and, go out and dominate everybody. And that's not been the case. Yeah. I mean, their quarterback play is questionable, but I will say this. Would you put somebody else in? Let me answer that for you. No. He turns the ball over, but you know what? So did Brett Favre, and they won a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's question marks there. I thought Texas. I thought Tennessee. I said it at the beginning of the year. I thought Tennessee was to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
but
they are in the second half.
Well, yeah, but I truly believe wholeheartedly, not just because I'm a homer, okay, that South Carolina is a sleeper. They're a sleeper. And I say that because we have one of the best defenses in the country. And our offense and our young quarterback and our running back, which is a fifth-year senior, our offensive line starting to click. Our quarterback starting to get it. The game's slowing down to him. I think we're a sleeper team. Now, do I think we're going to make the playoffs? No. But do I think we can win out? I don't see a team on our schedule we can't beat. I swear I don't. But everything's got to come together. Yeah. Everything's got to come together for that to happen. Yes. Am I going to sit here and call Pigskin Pete and talk shit to him? No. No, I'd be an idiot to do that.
Yeah.
But or am I going to call them a Zodcast? No, I'd be an idiot. But at the end of the day, if it comes together with a growing young quarterback, a meshing offensive line, with a defense that's to be reckoned with anybody, hey, I think we could be there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely agree with you. And like you said, it's all got to come together. We can't rely on the defense to win us every game. Offensively, if we can perform like we did last week, and like Mr. Harry said earlier, he thinks South Carolina can win this game if we stick with what works, just like what we did last week. We saw that the run off the edge was working last week.
That's right,
and we stuck with it.
Yep.
Whether it was quarterback design run or handing it off to Rocket or Attaway or whoever, it worked going off the edge.
Chuck, I didn't rewatch the game. Once I realized what we were doing, I counted. We ran that same friggin' play. Now, some was a give and some was a QB. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I counted. We ran that same play 16 times. 16 times. You know what I call that, buddy? I call that smart coaching.
Exactly.
And I got to give Dal Loggins credit for that. I mean, I do. It was working. Well, shit. Steve Spurrier, if he had a play and it worked, he'd go back to it every fourth play. He'd do it again. He'd do it again. He'd do it again. And he might change who was going to be the receiver of the ball, but he'd go right back to it every damn time.
Yeah, that was refreshing to see, a play that actually worked, and they just kept feeding it and kept doing it. And like Ms. Harry said, unless you stop it, you keep doing it. I mean, that makes sense. That's the only thing that makes sense. If they can't stop it, run it till they can't. Run it till they can figure it out.
What's Mr. Harry talking about? Stop it. Oh, stopping the play. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's talking about stopping the play, I guess.
Yeah.
But man, that was refreshing to see.
And I think we tried it. Did we try it last week? I've been hollering for it all year long. We ran that damn little shovel pass.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very successful. I think they tried it and it got blown up last week. Am I right or wrong about that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it got blown up last week.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, damn, I mean, common sense is common sense. If it's working, keep going to it,
Yeah. Well, I was looking over some defensive numbers for both teams, and kind of interesting. I don't know what you think of it, but I was just looking over
hear.
What's that?
I said, spit them out. I'd love to hear them. I've looked at them too, but go ahead and enlighten everybody.
Well, this is what I got off of D1, I guess, stats or whatever. I guess they're pretty close. But third down defense, Vanderbilt gives up about 40% on third down defense. Okay. So that's pretty good. They give up 226 yards through the air, which is good for about 78, somewhere around there. 112 yards on the ground, which is good for about 27th. So they got a pretty solid run defense according to the numbers. I have to look back over the schedule and see, what kind of rushing team they played, that whether that stat skewed or not, I guess you could say. But just by looking at the numbers, they're 27th in the country. Total defense, they're 41st, giving up 338. And then South Carolina, total defense is 16th, giving up 305 yards per game. Rush defense is 19th with 107. Pass defense is 38th with 198 yards passing. And I think our third down defense is right around 34%, 34%. So statistically, if you look at the numbers, they're pretty similar. Now, like I said, I'd have to go back and relook at the schedule and see who and all they played that may or may not have skewed that. one way or the other. But
Right.
just statistically, this looked like this could be a really good defensive matchup.
Well, I agree. I've looked at all the numbers just like you have, but at the end of the day, let's just be honest here. Let's be honest. Talent-wise, on paper, we're way more talented, and we have a whole lot more depth than they do. Okay, but so does every team they beat this year.
Yeah,
with the exception of one loss that they had, which is Georgia State.
Yeah. So, are you saying that Diego Pavia is not as talented as Lenoris?
I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm no sunshine pumper. Okay, I'm about to go on a limb here. I don't think talent-wise, as a redshirt freshman, now you have to think of that when I say this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any more talented quarterback in the SEC than Lenore Sellers.
As a redshirt freshman?
Correct. But there's a lot of growing pains that's going to happen. There's a lot of fumbles and interceptions that's going to happen. But as the game slows down to him, if you look at the man's sheer size, the young man, his sheer size and strength, and what he does good, you tell me he doesn't remind you of friggin' Cam Newton. Now, I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue there. But
hey, but Cam Newton rode the damn pine for 2 years in Florida. Rode the pine.
Yeah.
And this,
didn't he get accused?
This young man is a redshirt freshman.
Didn't he get dismissed from Florida for supposedly stealing a laptop or something?
Yeah, that's why I call him Scam Newton.
So, yeah, I don't know if he really had a choice to ride the pine, but yeah. But I mean, just as far as comparing these two quarterbacks, I mean, honestly, I think Diego Pavia is probably the more talented one that's going to be on the field.
I mean, right now, like,
yeah, right.
Yes. Yeah. I was telling you of what I think as a redshirt freshman, what he can be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. We all know what he can be. We just need him to be that tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I agree. And that comes down to, a friggin' $15.5 million coaching staff, whether they got them prepared or not,
Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. And like Mr. Harry said, Pavia is fearless. We talked about it earlier. The young man has no fear. He extends the play, can make things happen. Got almost 1,700 yards passing to only 3 interceptions and 15 touchdowns. So,
but you know what? When you're the small guy at a small school, and you have this platform, this is your time to shine. And that's what he's doing. The young man is doing it. And I'm talking about Pavia. I mean, he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. And he's got 563 yards on the ground and 4 touchdowns. So,
but I'm going to say this. He ain't seen Kyle Kernard. He's never seen that kind of individual. And guess who else is on the team? A Dylan Stewart. And both coming at him at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. I agree. Our defensive edge rushers and the defensive line is probably something he hasn't seen this year outside of probably Texas.
I don't know that Texas can even hold light to it.
I'm just saying, I'm just making a comparison. This is probably the best he's going to see up until this point.
For sure.
What we're putting out on the field tomorrow.
Yeah.
Comparison to Texas. Okay. I'm not saying Texas is better. Statistically, they're better, but I don't know.
I mean,
that's the difference of opinions for whoever. But anyway.
Statistically, Donald Trump wasn't supposed to win Tuesday night, okay?
But we're not talking about that on here.
He wiped the board.
I know we're not talking about that.
Yeah, I knew you'd get mad if I said that.
Yeah, you made me lose a train of thought here. But defensively, we got the guys to bring Pavia back down to earth, so to say, with Stewart and Kennard. Both of them are chasing Clowney's records. Stewart's chasing the freshman sack record.
I want Kennard to get it.
And Kennard's chasing the single season sack record.
I want him to get it. You and I mean, when we did the game last week, I was screaming like, "Get him, Kennard, get him!"
I don't know if either one of them will get it. I think Stewart's like 3 sacks away. Three and a half, 3 sacks away. And I think Kennard's like still 4.5 or something like that. So
I want somebody to educate me. You know, I'm no dumb fella, but I'm no damn genius either. What is this half sack shit? Okay, listen. If you get to him first and you wrap him up, and some bitch goes down, or somebody comes in and pops him behind you, that's a damn sack to me.
Well, everybody's got, you know how we like to give everybody part of something. So
I mean, a half sack. That's like a half a damn home run or being a little bit pregnant. Either you got it or you don't. You know.
Exactly. Either you got it or you don't. But both of them's chasing, you know, like I said, Clowney's, you know, records, a couple of his records. We got the inside, or we got the defensive line that can stuff Vanderbilt, you know, with TJ, Boogie, Tonka. The linebackers we got are phenomenal. Knight, Debo. Them guys fly sideline to sideline.
And like you got to bring them my boy up now.
Oh yeah, Nicky Manwari. Yeah, I got him. Judge. We got the secondary. Their top receivers, Eli. What was his name? Stowers. I can't think what his name is now. But their top receiver, he only got like 300 or 400 yards receiving. So
they're not going to attack us in the air. They're not going to do it.
I would think not.
It would be detrimental for them to attempt to do that. They're going to try to do what they do best. They're going to be like a service academy. They're going to try to ground and pound and burn as much clock as they can. Hey, and you know what? I don't blame them. It works for them. It works. Yeah. It works. But I just don't see them going to the air because I'll be honest, some of the best quarterbacks we've seen, you know, Jalen Milroe, whoever, you know, it just, you're going to get picked off. I mean, it's just going to happen. Our corners are too good. Our safety's too good. Nicky and Maury, in my opinion, is going to be a top 7 draft pick in the first round. So you just can't do that. You can't do it. The best you can hope for is to grind and pound, and we miss an assignment and you pop a big one. You know?
Yeah.
That is that. And with that being said, my fingers crossed that we have an offense that actually has a pulse.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, they're gonna try to manage the clock. They're gonna try to limit our possessions, which probably what they should do. That's what they've done all year. Try to slow the game down, muddy it down, and we got to execute when we have the ball.
Yeah,
we got to execute when we have the ball. We got to get pressure on Pavia, keep him in the pocket, and we got to get some turnovers. We got to get some turnovers. Trying to see what
Mr. Harry Lake said. Cube Shaw gave South Carolina about 17 minutes. Cold as a technician on CFB.
I have no idea.
Mr. Harry lost me on that one.
Yeah, he lost me on that one too.
Drink, Mr. Harry, because you lost me on that. You got to quit these abbreviating shit. You got me. Now I got a cold one myself, but you lost me on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Got me on that one too. The Cube Show. I guess it's a show. But
did it? he cute show. I don't get that.
But anyway, our defense. I think our defense is going to show up tomorrow and be like it has been all year. Offense, I want it to show up and continue to feed and grow. Like I said, off what we did last week. Now, with the weather possibly raining, it may be just a Lenore's and Rocket game. Our wide receivers have proven they can't get open for whatever reason. I have no idea why.
Don't get me started on that, brother. Please don't.
But apparently they can't figure out how to get separation from the defensive back. No matter who it is. Mazio Bennett is supposed to be going tomorrow, so he did.
But you know what? Mazio Bennett and I are about the same size. Okay.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, he is a slot receiver cutting across the middle. And listen, what happened to him was bad. I mean, we all saw it. It was bad.
Dirty.
But yeah. And you know what? Just say you tackled him by his head, but when he hit the ground, then you shove his head back into the ground. That's bad. But you know what? Hey, I'm not going there again. I'm not going to do my LSU deal of how we got screwed by the refs. I'm not doing it. But at the end of the day, he's our best receiver on the field. I mean, well, him and Josh Simon, but Josh Simon's a damn tight end.
He's a big tight end. And that's what we need to see tomorrow. We need to see more tight end in action, just like we did last week. There's no reason why. We got some big body tight ends. There's no reason why we cannot do like we did last weekend, find a tight end across the middle, down the field, wheel routes, whatever.
Well, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to throw this out there, okay?
All right.
At the beginning of the year, now you and I talk every day. If people don't know this, Chuck, there's not a day that goes by that Chuck and I don't communicate every day. So we are friends, okay? You know, my biggest question mark was the offensive line. You know that.
Uh-huh.
My second biggest question mark was receivers. You know that as well. Now, I say all that to say this. I'm going full circle. Offensive line performed the best I've ever seen them perform because they changed the play calling to go outside last game. You said that earlier, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why is it that the best coached group on offense is coached by Sean Elliott? Think about that. Our tight ends are the number one receivers on our team. And guess who coaches?
Yep.
Sean Elliott.
Yep, Sean Elliott. Yep. Going back to what you said, offensive line. Now, you said that last week was probably the best our offensive lines played, right?
As far as what my two eyes could see, now, did Lenore's get pressure on him and he escape out of it and do some Houdini shit? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the best I've seen him play personally.
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting to right there. You said he's got away from it, right? Now, a lot of that could have been the reason why they look so good, and I'm playing devil's advocate, I guess. Getting him outside the pocket, moving the pocket.
Yeah. I mean, they did with him last week exactly what they did with number 7, Spencer Rattler. I mean, the exact same thing. Spencer didn't stand in the pocket very long. They scooted him out.
So to say the offensive line played better, I mean, would that be accurate? If you got to design roll him out to avoid pressure.
Well, that's a catch-22, Chuck. That's a catch-22. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Because who the hell knows what could have been or should have been. But at the end of the day, they were smart enough to call plays that it didn't show up. if that is an Achilles heel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Now, I do admit there was some good blocking last week.
yeah.
Not saying that it was all horrible. There was some good ones. And Lenoris actually showed some maturity last weekend. He was climbing the pocket instead of sitting back there and just hanging out waiting to get knocked down.
The young man is not scared, okay?
He felt the pressure. He moved up. He made things happen. He got outside the pocket, like you said. Whenever he stayed in the pocket, he got out of it. He got away from it. And then, like I said, there was some times where they rolled him out. And that's what we said you had to do with him. With our offensive line, until it is proven week in and week out that they can hold blocks, not get a hold them, but hold their blocks and give him time in the pocket to find a receiver. That's what you have to do for him. You can't leave him in the pocket. You're gonna get him killed.
Yeah, I mean 100%. But Lenoris, barring injury, which I hope never happens to him.
Oh no.
Cat's gonna be a top 10 pick, first round. Okay, he is. And I don't. Y'all look at the cat's size and his speed and his strength, and he actually, for whatever reason, last week he wasn't overshooting people by 4 yards. He was touch pass. That pass in the end zone to Josh Simon, that was a touch pass, man.
Yeah.
That was a touch pass like you ain't never seen. I mean, this he's legit. Legit.
That's probably one of his best throws he's had all year.
Ain't it?
That one right there on that wheel route.
Yep.
He put enough air on it for Josh to run under and catch it.
Yep.
And that's what we need to see. And if you I don't know if you watched his interview last week. I think we talked about it or I talked about it on the post game.
Yeah, that's a shot at me because I wasn't on your post game. Yeah,
you were. You were for a little bit.
I was for a few minutes.
Yeah, I think we talked about it, but he's getting more comfortable. He said that in his post game interview. He's starting to see the field better. Everything's kind of slowing down for him, and he's getting more comfortable out there.
Well, think about it. It's coming in as a backup in cleanup mode against lower level teams like he did last year. I mean, you only got 5 plays. You know what I'm saying? When the ball is snapped, exactly who you're going to throw it to. This year is a whole different ball of wax for him. A whole different ball of wax. And I believe the game is slowing down. Hell, he said as much. It's slowing down.
I don't think nobody on staff knows who that ball's going to if he throws it.
No. No.
Because, like I said, we don't get separation. We don't have guys. He don't throw receivers open right now.
But he will.
But he will. He will eventually, yeah.
He will understand how to throw receivers open.
Yeah, that's going to come in time. Let's see. Todd Gwynn said he's out of beer. Jordan, drink one for me. There you go. Drink 1 or 2 for Mr. Todd, please.
Shit. What time is it? It's 9:49. I'm not going to bed at 11:30, so I'll drink about 4 more for you. How about that?
What's up, Brock Lee? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Brock?
Yeah. Somebody made a comment earlier. I forgot that comment. I talked to him today, actually. Let me get back to it. Quentin Broom. He said, you guys is great even without TRS.
TRS? You talking about Rooster?
Yeah.
No, Rooster's our friend, man.
No, I know. I'm just saying he said that kind of earlier in this thing. I didn't highlight it or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I hadn't talked to him in the last few days. I don't know what he's got going on, man.
Oh, he's house hunting. I texted him today. He said he was doing good as far as his health and everything, and he was out looking at houses. And the way it sounded, it was a little rougher go of, I guess, looking at houses or something. So,
well,
I don't think they found one.
He had asked me like 2 weeks ago to keep my eye out here in the state of South Carolina, which everybody, I don't know if y'all know this, but I've resided in North Carolina for the last 11 years and actually 12. and I have just come back home back in July, and I am currently living right now as I speak. I am currently living on my wife's farm, which her grandmother and grandfather owned for forever. I am living in my mother-in-law's house, and we are building next door. So we are back in the small community called Barrow, South Carolina.
And probably nobody knows where that is but me. But
Yeah, I know you know where it's at.
Oh, but getting back to the game, man. What's your thoughts on the keys to the game tomorrow for South Carolina Vanderbilt?
Honestly, throw the ball. Throw the ball. We've got to get a passing game. We've got to throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball. Our defense will score at least twice.
Wow, that's bold.
Yeah, it is. Our defense will score twice. I truly believe that. Our defense will score twice. It will be, I'm going to give my prediction. You ready for my score?
Yeah, go ahead. Throw it at me.
17-34.
34-17, South Carolina?
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. That's my prediction. And that is 14 points by the defense.
Wow. So 23 by the offense.
Yep.
14 by the defense. Well, yeah, pretty interesting.
With over 200 rushing yards, I think Lenoris will be the top rusher.
Oh, I hope not.
But no, he's going to be the top rusher. And Rocket is obviously going to be behind him. Our number one receiver. I'm about to say something that you never, knowing me, you never would hear me say. Guess who our number one receiver is going to be in the whole game?
I think you're going to say Nick Harbor.
Yes, sir. Because if he don't do it now, he ain't never going to do it.
Woo! Wow.
I still think he's in the wrong position. You know my opinion on that deal. But
So you think he needs to be put on defense?
Yes.
A position he won't play?
Yes.
I got you. Well, yeah, my thoughts on the game tomorrow. If it rains, like I've seen on the thing, I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the chance of rain is, but I just kind of seen it. But
I will tell you this, 45 miles southeast of Columbia, as I reside right now, I don't see it pouring down rain tomorrow at 3 o'clock, okay? 3:30. I don't. As a matter of fact, you know my wife's been sick. She had pneumonia. But I'm getting up in the morning, and I'm going to climb my ass in a deer stand, which I hadn't done for the past 3 days because my wife's been sick and had to run the youngins up and down the road. You know how that all operates. But I'm going to go climb my ass in a deer stand because the times change, because I'm going to be on your live tomorrow calling this game with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going in the morning.
Yeah. But, yeah, going back to what I was saying, hopefully the weather will be nice. I do. Because I'm like you. I'd like to see Lenoris air it out. I want to see them take shots like they did last week, especially like the first play of the game when it went deep, even though it didn't work. You like I said last week, you got to show these teams that you're not scared to take chances, to risk it by going downfield with deep shots. But I want to see him air it out too. I'd like to see Lenoris have a good game airing it out. I think last week he threw for what, 244, like a career high?
Yeah, 244. Yep.
Yeah. So I'd like to see him throw for about 275, 300. I think that'd be nice to see. Will it happen? I don't know, because I don't think we had the wide receivers to get open to accumulate that number.
Yeah, and Rooster get mad at us by saying that, but I mean, the ass can't get open. I don't know why. I mean, is it because
until that you heard? You heard me last week. Until the offense shows up like they did last week, I'm not sold on offense. Same thing with the receivers. Until they show that they can get separation, I'm not sold that we have anybody that can get into 300 yards passing, unless he throws it to the running back or the tight end.
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt you real quick. Thank you, Mr. Harry. She's gaining ground. She had a chest X-ray Tuesday. Found out she had pneumonia. She's been on steroids and all that stuff. So she's gaining ground now. But thank you so much for the kind words.
Hey, Todd Gwynn said Tennessee is not close to Central South Carolina.
Fuck Tennessee.
Well, I guess you made that reference like where you will still be sitting tomorrow morning and talking about the rain chances. I think that's what he was giving you crap about. But
yeah,
anyway,
I don't give a damn about Tennessee. I don't.
Yeah.
What I mean is I know they're going to be playing in Nashville, Tennessee, but I'm telling you right now, it's got to come. If you look at the weather forecast, it's coming from the south, from the damn hurricane with the front coming down. Todd Gwynn is not. It's going to come here before it gets there. Okay. Hey, don't insult my intelligence, please.
Todd Gwynn said Rocket may get 100 receiving. Yeah, he was close last week. He had like 96 last week, I believe it was. So, but going back, yeah, I want to see him aired out. I'd like to see it aired out. But I think this game's going to be a run heavy game by the Gamecocks. I think Rocket's going to be the leading rusher.
And I disagree.
Shake your head. I don't care. I think Rocket's going to be our leading rusher. I think he can go for probably about 180, 200 yards. Lenore
that's the key to win the game. I'm not disagreeing, but I don't think that's the key to win the game.
No, I'm just saying that's what I think. I think that's the way the game can go tomorrow as far as running the ball versus passing. The key to the game is do what we did last week. Get Lenore out the pocket, right?
That I agree with.
Take care of the football, as course, like we did last week. We didn't have a turnover last week. Take care of the ball, and just play defense. Play the defense we play. I think we can get some turnovers. I'm not saying we're going to get points off of the turnover or take them to the house or whatever. Score like you said, 2 defensive scores. But I think we need to get some turnovers.
I'll bet you $10 we score twice on defense.
Man. Anyway, as far as a score prediction,
betting is legal, right? I mean, it was between me and you. That's legal, right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of hard to tell. I know what kind of defense we got. Nicky Memori. Yeah.
That is my man.
But as far as the score prediction, I've been going back and forth.
I told y'all laughed at me. I said, if Nicky Memori has a good game, we win.
Yeah. As far as the score prediction, like I said, I've been up and down with that. Been up and down as far as what I think. If our offense shows up tomorrow, like it did against A&M, I think we blow them away. I think we win by 17 points, 20 points.
Okay.
But
if we're not far off.
Yeah, but if our offense resorts back to what it was prior to last week, it's going to be hell to beat Vanderbilt. But I think we figured out how to run a capable offense.
Yes.
And I think South Carolina gets out there with the victory.
Yes.
And continues to streak.
I don't think it was not just a good game for our offensive players. I think it was a good game for our offensive coaches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. So I'd say probably 31-14, 31-17, somewhere around there.
Wow. So we are close. Yeah.
So
very rarely does that happen. That means we're going to lose by 14.
I hope not. Oh man, but yeah, right. I'm looking forward to be a good game. I really am. And like I said, I hope our offense shows up. like we know they can, because we seen it last week. So it's possible.
Yeah.
Now, was Texas A&M overrated? I don't think so.
No.
I think we just out coached them, out physical them.
Well, we popped them in the mouth early.
Yeah, we popped them in the mouth and we kept punching.
Yep. And then when they took the lead, we came right back. And that is coaching to win, not coaching not to lose.
Yep.
Now, I'm not going to go to the drop kick no more. I'm not going to bring that shit up no more. But that was the dumbest damn shit I ever seen in my life.
Yeah. But yeah, and it was
the spit.
And it was also good to see making the change too after halftime when we tied.
Yeah.
When they tied us. It's great to see, making offensive change, making defensive changes out there, or actually making defensive changes more or less what got us a win and shut them out the second half. So,
yep. Well, Bubba, I'm going to jump off here. These two youngins of mine, they arguing and yapping with each other. And Mama's back there in the bedroom, and one of them about to get the ass cut.
well, go ahead and get off the camera before you do that. Now, I can't be having violence on the.
No, you know what I mean.
I got you, man. But everybody hit the thumbs up. Let me know your prediction in the chat if you want to. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. I think everybody in here is pretty much subscribed already. Go check out Jordan Dealmaker's channel. Good content. He ain't done no video in a while.
Lord have mercy. I don't have the time, man.
Oh, come on, man. You ain't got time. I don't have a whole lot of time either.
Well, hell, I'm about to be retired. So
you about to be.
I mean, seriously, I'm about to be retired. I'm gonna have to find another career field. I'm about to sell my place, and First of the year, I'm gonna be retired. I mean, hell, the way I look at it, I put 26 years in the workforce. I ought to be retired, right?
Yeah, there you go.
But I ain't gonna have enough money to retire.
David Green said 31-17, so he's right there with us.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I love you, brother. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.
Let's see. Todd Gwynn said got a score at the end of the second quarter was big last week. That field goal to tie the game to go to halftime was real big. Scott said we'll see who's right tomorrow. Yeah, we will. We'll see who's right tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for the game. 4:15. I'll be right here doing the live fan reaction, watch along like I always do every Saturday. So come hang out with me. Give me the thumbs up. Hang out, chat, be active, talk about the game. Let's get frustrated together. Let's get happy together. What's up, Cowboy fan for life? He said 35-17 Gamecocks. There you go. But yeah, I'm looking for another offensive performance tomorrow. I don't see why we can't. And like I went over the numbers earlier, could Vanderbilt's numbers be skewed? We'll see tomorrow. But I think that's going to pretty much do it. We're right about an hour. So my prediction was 31-17. South Carolina, providing the offense shows up. If they don't, it's going to be a close one. My heart probably will be stressed out, and I will be screaming and yelling at the TV. But let's hope not. Let's hope it's an offensive explosion by the Gamecocks. Who's their quarterback? The quarterback's Diego Pavia, transferred in from New Mexico State. Got about 1,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, about a 63% completion percentage in the against SEC opponents. Rushed for about 563 yards, 4 touchdowns. Brock Lee said, it's weird how everyone expects South Carolina to beat Vandy when everybody's been predicting Vandy to pretty much beat everyone this season. Hopefully that's not a bad sign. Before the season started, I actually didn't think Vandy was going to be much of nothing because I've never even heard of Diego Pavia. didn't know who he was, didn't know what type of quarterback he was, what he brought to the table. And so, like I said, I didn't have Vandy beating maybe hardly anybody in the SEC, and they went out and proved not only me wrong, they proved a lot of people wrong. A lot of analysts, a lot of media, and right now they're sitting at 6-3 and 3-2 in the SEC, bowl eligible. So they actually surprise some people. They come up on some people, and that's because of Clark Lee doing what a good coach would do. When he sees stuff's broken, when he sees stuff needs to be changed, he went out there and changed it. Brought in Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator from New Mexico State. Brought in Jerry Keel as an offensive analyst from New Mexico State. Brought in Diego Pavia from New Mexico State. And he took over the defensive play calling. So that's what a good coach does. A good coach, when he sees something is wrong and it needs fixing, he gets to it, fixes it, and that's why they're 6-3 this year. They got a quarterback that's fearless, that thinks he can win, very confident in himself, thinks he knows. He basically said on Paul Finebaum, he knows he can be an NFL quarterback. So he's got that confidence, he got that swagger, and sometimes that's all it takes to be successful out there. But we'll see. We'll see if it's a bad sign tomorrow. 4:15 SEC Network. Ready to kick it off. Got a couple games on tonight, but ready to kick it off and see what happens, see what unfolds tomorrow. So, but yeah, Scott Collins says 24-17 Gamecocks. So you got it pretty tight, Scott. Yeah, I had a score similar to that as well. Providing, the weather, the offense, a couple things like that. I had a close game like that, but I just think I just feel confident the offense can come and play tomorrow, and we'll see. Like David Green, we'll see right after the coin flip. We'll see first few plays of the game how that offense is going to roll. If it comes out and does the predictable crap that they've done earlier in the year, it might be a long day. Might be a long day for the Gamecocks. Or if they come out there and be creative and explosive and go down the field, it could be a good day. Could be a good day for the offense, a big day, a productive day, and we can get out of there with a huge victory. Quentin Broom said 27-20 if we win. So are you not confident that we can win, Quentin? Is that what you're saying? Or which, like I said earlier, we're riding that high, man. We beat Vanderbilt, 15 straight, going for 16. The streak's got to end sooner or later. It can't go on forever. We hope so. We hope it does. But it's got to eventually end. And I think this is probably the best Vanderbilt team we've seen in a while. I would venture to say. Or more, probably the most confident Vanderbilt we've seen. Paul Lemon said, Chuck, I'm feeling a win tomorrow. All right. What kind of score you got there, Paul? I'm feeling it too. Brock Lee said Cocktober is over, and now we in drop your nuts. No. Yeah. Or like Shane Beamer said, November to remember. He said every coach uses that. I don't hardly ever hear. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever heard that too much before he got there. I don't think Steve Spurrier ever said that a whole lot. So, damn, UCLA tied up with Iowa. Wow. They were losing 10-0. Now it's all tied up in the second quarter, about halfway through the second quarter. But, yeah, I don't recall Steve Spurrier saying November to remember. Not that I know of. But whatever you want to say, it's that time of the year. It is Beamer's more his best month to coach in. I guess he's got a winning record in November, 9-4 now after last week. Can he run it to 10-4 tomorrow? We'll see. Watched the men's, but yeah, I watched about half of it, David Green. I actually forgot it was on. I forgot it was on actually. And when I come down here, because I wasn't even planning on doing a live tonight because I've been working my butt off and I was tired and I was just going to do a preview and prediction video and put it out there. But Jordan asked me if I was going to go live, and so just decided we was going to do it. So this area was kind of thrown together last minute, and I did watch about half the men's basketball game, but I need to go back and rewatch it and see what happened. I know we won. I know we won tonight. That North Florida game was a bad taste in our mouth. Brock Lee said, I wish Spurrier was one of the people on College Game Day. He'd be hilarious. Yeah, they need I don't know if he'd want to be on there, but yeah, get him on there and get rid of what's his name? The old man. What's that guy's name? Lee Corso. Yeah, there you go. David Green said a lot to clean up. Yeah, the men's basketball, yeah, they got a lot to work on. Lamont was really, really disappointed the other night in that performance. I watched his post game show, and just the disgust on his face pretty much said it all about the team. Basically said he's gonna have to go all the way back to day one, just the fundamentals, because they wasn't doing what they talked about all week leading up to that game, and it just flat out got out coached and outperformed out on the floor. And you could tell in his post game show that he was disgusted with the team and the performance. So yeah, they got a lot to clean up, on the hardwood for the men and the women too. The women's got some things they got to fix too, because our post play was lacking the other night against Michigan. And if y'all were in here watching it with me, y'all understand what I'm talking about, because Michigan had no business hanging with us in rebounds. They matched us at 52 rebounds. So, yeah, they out-hustled, outworked us, got a lot of the 50-50 loose balls, and we got some things we got to work on at the women and the women's game as well. We got a big matchup coming up Sunday, number 9, NC State. Go to Charlotte to take on them at that Ally tip-off Classic, I think it is, at Spectrum Center. So it hurts. Say broccoli. I must be missing something there, Quentin. Yeah, they outread about us first half. So, but yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time to be a Gamecock. A lot of good stuff going on. Basketball season's here. Football's wrapping up. Baseball had a scrimmage last night, I think it was, against College of Charleston. Not sure who won or lost. I think I saw somewhere where the South Carolina got beat 12-5 or something. But it's just a scrimmage, so they probably got a lot to clean up too as well in Paul Maneri's first year as the head coach. So, but Dylan Stewart NIL, yeah, that's an interesting topic. Oh, Brock Lee, I got you, Brock Lee. Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting topic there, David Green, Dylan Stewart. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about the NIL? Y'all think the young man's gonna get his NIL deal with South Carolina? Y'all think he's gonna eventually transfer out like some people wish he would, I guess you could say? I'm all for players getting paid if they're performing out on the field, and he's doing that this year. What worries me the most is paying that young man a bunch of money, $1 million, which is what he's going for, like $1 million, $1.5 million is what they're talking about. What worries me a lot about that is will he juice Wells? You know what I'm saying? Will he take the money and sit on the bench? You know what I'm saying? That's what worries me whenever you start offering these young kids or these young men money like that. And that's. I mean, I'm not saying he don't deserve to get get some money, get paid, but it just there's got to be some kind of performance base when it comes to that kind of money. I think so anyway. Um, Quentin Broom said Dylan Stewart won't leave anytime. No way. He's a homer. He's loyal. Yeah, Dylan Stewart. I mean, I've never talked to him, but I've seen him like around when I went to games last year. He looks real reserved and quiet and laid back, and he doesn't seem to. He doesn't seem like a lot of the big name recruits, a lot of the big name athletes, where they, got to be in the spotlight. I think he kind of like low key, kind of laid back. That's just a vibe I get from him just by seeing him, around South Carolina fans and crowds and things like that. I mean, he could be a different person, outside, with his buddies or whatever, but I think he's loyal too to South Carolina, and I think he could be there for a while if we paid a young man. So, Broccoli said, I think he stays. Beaver just has to kill it in the transfer portal again because a lot of players on defense are leaving after this season. 2026 is looking to be a huge recruiting class for us. Yeah, he's definitely going to have to hit the portal big time next year to replace Tonka, TJ, and Boogie, Debo at the linebacker position. I know we got some guys in the linebacker room that can step up, but we'll have to get some probably get another transfer linebacker. Knight's going to be gone too, I think. So I think the portal is going to be where Beamer makes it or breaks it next year as far as the defense. So Quentin said, but money can change people also, so you never know. Exactly. And that's what I said, man. You giving this, 18 years old, 18, 19-year-old young man, a million five. It that's scary. That's scary. That's scary to know. You know what I'm saying? It's scary to sit here and ponder, you know, how he would react, to getting that type of money. Because, like you said, it will change. It does change people when people come into that kind of money. It normally changes. It normally changes people. So no, I'm not even going to entertain that. Anyway, um, so yeah, um, Tennessee could give him 8 million. Yeah, yeah, they could. I guess they could. They supposedly gave Nico 8 minutes, 8 million, and we see what that done. We seen what that's done so far. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for tonight. So tomorrow 4:15, we're going to do our live fan reaction, whatever. Come hang out with us. Make sure you hit that like button when you leave. Subscribe if you're new, and get in the comments after this show's over. If you watch it later, let me know what you thought of the game or what you think of the score for tomorrow. And let's see here. There should be a limit on money to amateurism. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Harry, you still here? You want to come on, Mr. Harry? I got some time. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just trying to kill some time, just hanging out. So come on here and talk some football, whatever. I don't know how you We ain't entertaining no crazy call or no crazy. I don't know how that comment got there. We don't entertain that kind of crap on here. Can't figure out how to get rid of it. No, we don't want that shit on here. South Carolina 35, Vandy 24. Exactly. Anyway, had to get rid of some people on here, man. You got time for no stupid ass comments. Mr. Harry. Hey, Mr. Harry, if you want to come on, let me know. I'll put the link on there for you. If not, I think I might get off here for tonight. Like I said, I ain't doing it. I'm watching a couple games. So all right, Mr. David. I appreciate you coming by. Appreciate you hanging out. Be doing this tomorrow, watching the game. So that you have a good evening and see you at game time tomorrow. See, Cal's beating Wake Forest 29-14. Iowa and UCLA still tied. Who's that? Yeah, Wake Forest. Man, people ain't got nothing better to do, man. People ain't got nothing better to do with their time. They got nothing better to do with their time, man, but just be stupid. But anyway, I think I'm gonna get out of here. Got some jackass trying to troll on here and trying to throw stupid comments. I mean, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that crap on here tonight. But I think that's gonna do it for us. Y'all have a good night and hope everybody's team wins except Tennessee. Fuck Tennessee. Nobody cares about them. Hope everybody's team wins outside of that. And we'll be back on here tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Scott. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Brock, Harry, David, Scott, Quentin, everybody, man. Everybody for coming by. Thank you guys. Hit that like button. It's Paul, Todd Gwynn. And yeah, we'll be back on here tomorrow. We'll be back on here tomorrow for the game. So y'all come back if you want to and hang out with us. And if not, we'll see you guys in a post game if you want to come hang out there as well. So y'all have a good night. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.